It's a channel, it's a Dazzler book channel 108. You want a channel you need to watch or a channel you need to see? It's channels you watch and channels I see. Got to use the Impress, only to Express. Today is October the 23rd, 2023, 4, 5. This is actually going to be the topic of this particular video actually. Time. It's the 23rd of October 2025. It'll soon be Christmas 2033. It'll soon be Easter 2040 when the vapor canopy returns. Time is flying by out in the woods on this fine autumn afternoon. Sun will be down soon. Short days now. It's got to get into the woods, you know, get away from the madness. But yeah, time is so fast, it's ridiculous. I mean, where's it all gone? Of course, as you get older, time does go faster. There is that, but I think it seems like a lot of people are noticing how fast time's going. Even the younger generation. And something's happening. I mean, of course, this whole reality we're living in's a holographic construct, Maya illusion, isn't it? But it's mad, isn't it? It's absolutely insane. Beautiful here, though. I don't want to get into anything too heavy on this particular day. I've not been paying too much attention to Clown World the last few days. I've been kind of like focusing on creative stuff, writing and all that kind of thing, you know. You know, you need a break from Clown World. You need a break from the Matrix. It's just an insane. It's just psyop after psyop after psyop, isn't it? And if you're always watching it, doom scrolling, you know, on your phone, you catch yourself doing it all the time. I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of the crime. You catch yourself doing it all the time. Crimes, it rhymes. And he just does you nothing. You get depressed. You want to always slit your fucking wrist or hang yourself or something, you know. It's good to understand what's going on, but don't get too emotionally involved. Yeah, and I mean we've got to push back. I mean we've got digital ID around the corner now, and it's a major thing that, and it's going in lockstep. Of course, I've got a lockstep event going on. It's happening in Australia. It's happening in India. Even in India, they've got the old digital ID going on now, up and running. They all do it slightly differently to each other, at slightly different times, but on the whole, it's being rolled out at the same time. And it's just more evidence that the deep state are running the whole show. But there is no real sovereignty between countries anymore. Not for a long time. Just holding pens. You know? Fields and a farm. The world is one big farm, and every country's just a field and the same farm. So Max Egan calls it holding companies. Working on an umbrella corporation. Russia, Canada, USA, Britain, all of them. Israel, of course. Key, that's a key one, isn't it? China. I think China, of course, there's a lot of backstabbing and opposition going on with the elites, so-called elites. They're not all holding hands singing "Kumbaya" together. They're not all holding hands and saying, let's all exploit the world together and have a good time doing it. No. It's not like that with these demons. They're all competing with each other as well. They'll stab each other in the back, you know. So yeah, you got in China in the tiny hats, the Khazarian mafia. They may be working together to a certain degree, but they're like rival gangster families, you know. They're all working for a common cause, but each one of those families want to have the top position. I don't think the Chinese are actually 100% behind the tiny hats, though they're working alongside them at the moment. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors, actually. These so-called elites, you know, these so-called elites, all fighting each other, backstabbing each other. It's a bit chilly today, it's really cold, getting colder and colder. I think it's about 9 degrees or something like that, or 10 degrees, it's no more than 10 degrees. It was colder earlier on. Yeah, so, but the bottom line is, they're a minority. They're a very tiny minority. The human race, we are told there's 8 billion, but I don't think there's even that many. There's probably never, they're saying 8 billion, inflated figures. There's a lot of logical evidence that suggests otherwise. Like, for example, India. It's the most populated country in the world. It used to be China, but it's now India. They've got like 1.2 billion people in India, right? So you've got the main population centres of India. Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Madras, and a few other towns like Hyderabad and various other cities around. But mostly it's like the 4 principal cities in India. Madras, or Chennai as it's called now. Chennai, Mumbai, New Delhi and Kolkata. I think Kolkata's got like 20 million people. Could be more. That's a massive. I've been to Calcutta, spent time in Calcutta. It is a mega city of gigantic proportion. I mean, last time I was there, it was fucking... It's mostly one gigantic ghetto, mostly. Or at least it used to be. Probably still is. Unbelievable. Delhi, same. I've not been to Mumbai, but I've flown over it. I've actually landed. I actually was in a plane once that landed in Mumbai airport. Bombay was it called back then. And I saw the shanty towns, the slums, you know, all right up with the old modern buildings. Next level. And I've been to Manila, Philippines too, which is a massively populated. I think that's one of the biggest cities I've ever been to. I think it's even bigger than Calcutta, you know. Manila and it's called Quezon City or something like that. 2 big cities combined. Anyway, I'm going off track here. But India, you've got these main population centres, and you can add it all up. Say 20 million. Say for these 4 cities, right? It says 20 million each city. 2, 4, 6, 8, 80 million people, right? And then you've got the smaller cities and towns. 1 million here, 2 million there, 3 million there, 5 million there, whatever. And you add all that up, you'll probably come to something like, I don't know, 200 million people, tops. Now 1 billion is 1,000 million, isn't it? So you've got the main population centres of 20 million each, 80 million. And then you maybe got another 80 million spread out to the smaller towns and cities around. But India's got vast areas of India. It's unpopulated. Like you've got Bihar, for example. I've been through Bihar on a train. There's nothing there. It's just a jungle. A few villages here and there, a couple of farms. And you go all across the Gangetic Plain between Delhi to Calcutta. It's just like miles and miles of farmland and little villages everywhere, you know. It's not exactly heavily populated. That's the most densely populated part of India would be West Bengal. I think Calcutta probably is the most populated city. I think it's a toss-up between Calcutta and Mumbai. But anyway, outside all that, put all the cities to one side, whereas the rest of the billions of millions of people spread across the countryside, all sparsely spread out. It's not possible. There's probably more like, I would say, realistically speaking, I would say in India, maximum 300 million people, maximum. I would say that. And probably the same with China. China. Mostly in the east side of China is populated. China's a massive country, and large areas of China is unpopulated. You got the deserts of Mongolia on the northern China. You got western China. It's very sparse. A lot of wilderness. It's just nothing. There's nobody there. It's villages and small towns. Most of the population, you've got Shanghai and Beijing, and you've got Hong Kong as well. Hong Kong's densely populated, but everyone's basically crammed into cities, which gives the illusion of overcrowding. You get into the countryside, I'm in London. I'm in London here. It's 10 million people in the Greater London area, I think. I think 5 million in London proper, but inside the M25 corridor, the circle within, I think it's almost like 10 million. I might not be that many, but look at where are all the people? You know, this is London. There's loads of parks like this in London, loads of them, empty, hardly anybody in it, like woodlands. Beautiful. So where are all the people? And of course, many times I've flown so many times and looked out of the window, and you look down, you see mountains and forests and jungles and deserts. And there's nobody there. It's like empty land. You might get the odd village and farm, small town here and there, but sometimes you'll be flying for hours and you look out the window, you might be flying for hours and there's just like empty wilderness. I mean, Siberia, for example, I think the official population of Russia, the biggest country in the world, I think it's like 150 million. And most of them live on the west side of Russia. It's like China, most of them live on the east side. It's supposed to be like 1 billion people in China, isn't it? Second most populated country. Get the one child policy, didn't they? I'm still going to run out of time. So, in Russia, I think like you've got 150 million people in Russia. I might have got this wrong. It might be something like 200 or 300 million, but say it's 300 million. I might be overdoing it. I think it's more. I think it's less than that. But most of them live on the west side of Russia, on this side of the Urals, in the European side of Russia. You cross over the Urals, Siberia. Of course, it gets fucking freezing in winter. Freeze over. But there's so much wilderness there. You know? But was there a civilization called Tartaria there before? That's a subject for another video. I mean, I think there was cataclysmic events in recent history which wiped out the populations that were living there before, whether you want to call it Tartaria or what, you know. I mean, there is a lot of evidence to suggest that, old maps, and there's a CIA have released documents from the KGB where the Soviets were wiping out and burning all records of Tartaria, but that's a subject for another video. And I reckon there's more people in the world 100 years ago than there is now. I'm with that idea. There's more people in the world than there is now 100 years ago. The population is actually decreasing. Everything they say basically is the opposite of what's really happening. They say the population is increasing, it's decreasing. The same people living longer, they're actually living shorter. You know, they say salt's bad for you, it's good for you. They say cholesterol's bad for you, it's good for you. They say butter and ghee and coconut oil are really bad for you, it's good for you. They say tobacco's bad for you, it turns out it's good for you. If you're not, it's not been refined or anything. Everything they say is bad for you is good for you, and everything they say is good for you is bad for you. Everything is totally 180 degrees opposite to what's real reality. And I think the population now, we're on a major decline now, especially since the jibby jabby. How many millions of people have died since the jibby jabby? I mean, people are dying all the time anyway from whatever. It's natural for people to die off, but I think more people are dying off now than ever before. It's not in your face obvious, sort of like, you know, but there are a lot more people dying now. The birth rate's dropping and the death rate's rising. We are basically on the way. Also, the human race is on the way out, but there's a mass depopulation going on, as those demolished Georgia Guidestones pointed out. Want to get the human population to 500 million. I don't think we're far from that now anyway. I think when they say 500 million, I think probably in the world, I'd say there's probably like maximum 3 billion people in the world. Maximum. You know, that's my idea. I think it's a lot less than 8 billion. But anyway, there's a lot more of us than there are them.